it's Miss Lynne from the Newburgh Chandler Public Library. I'm so glad you're here today for virtual story time. My puppet friend Elliott is here too, but I don't see him. I wonder where he could be. If I count to 3, can you help me call for him? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Elliott, where are you? Where could he be? Oh my goodness. Elliott, what are you doing in my story bag? Were you ready for a story? Well, you have to wait. It's time to say hello. All right, can you help me? Here we go. Let's get ready to clap. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello, no matter where you are. Good job, friends. All right, Elliott, let's wiggle. Are you ready? Wiggle everybody and say hello. Wiggle everybody and say hello. Wiggle everybody and say hello, no matter where you are. All right, let's jump up and down. Can you jump? Jump everybody and say hello. Jump everybody and say hello. Jump everybody and say hello, no matter where you are. All right, Elliott, you can quit jumping. Time to calm down a little bit. Let's do a slow reverse with sitting down. Ready? Sit down, everybody, and say hello. Sit down, everybody, and say hello. Sit down, everybody, and say hello, no matter where you are. Good job, Elliott. All right, good job, friends. Well, Elliott, we need an idea for story time. Friends, do you have any ideas what we could do today? Well, let's look at your green shirt. Sometimes that gives us a clue. Do you see anything on his green shirt today? All right. What is it? Oh, it's a pumpkin. Wow, I've been seeing so many pumpkins in my neighborhood, and I think that would be a great idea for a story time. All right, well, Elliott, you sit right down here with the kids, and we'll get ready for a story time about pumpkins. Let's start with this flannel board. One day, on Sunday morning, up out of the ground, pop, came an orange pumpkin. It was a very tiny pumpkin, and it was very, very hungry. What could that pumpkin eat? On Monday, the pumpkin found some blueberries, and he ate the blueberries. At the end of the day, he looked at himself and he said, "Oh me, oh my, what should I do? Look at me, I turned blue." He turned blue like the blueberries. On Tuesday, he was still hungry, and he found a pineapple. Yum, 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 yum. He ate the pineapple, and that night he looked in the mirror, and what did he see? He was no longer blue, but he was yellow. Yellow Pumpkin on Wednesday said, "I'm so hungry, I wonder what I could eat." Not a pineapple. Today I think I'll eat some purple grapes. If he eats purple grapes, what color do you think he'll turn? That's right, he turned purple. The purple pumpkin on Thursday was still hungry. He found some watermelon. He ate it all up. Yum, 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 yum. And then he looked at himself and he said, "Oh me, oh my, what should I do? I've turned into a watermelon." Oh, he needed to change that quick. On Friday, he ate a strawberry, and of course, he turned red like that strawberry. And on Saturday, he ate a pear, and then he turned green. That night, he had a stomach ache. The next day was Sunday again. He felt better, but he wasn't a small, tiny little pumpkin anymore, and he wasn't hungry. He was a big orange pumpkin. But something didn't feel quite right. So he decided to nibble on some candy corn. And that night, when he looked at himself, he said, "Oh me, oh my, I'm a jack-o'-lantern." That was a good flannel board story. It's time for us to do a song together. I need you to help me with the motions. When I say, "I looked in the garden," you hold up your pretend binoculars. And when I say, "What did I find?" you shrug your shoulders. This song is called an echo song, so you repeat what I say. Can you help me with that? All right, here we go. I looked in the garden, I looked in the garden. What did I find? What did I find? Green leaves a-growing, green leaves a-growing on the pumpkin vine, on the pumpkin vine. Look at all these green leaves growing. Let's try it again and see what happens. Hold up your binoculars. I looked in the garden, I looked in the garden. What did I find? What did I find? Let's see what we find. Oh, what is it? Yellow flowers growing, yellow flowers growing on our pumpkin vine, on our pumpkin vine. Wow, this vine is getting long and there are yellow flowers. I wonder what they'll turn into. Let's try our song again. Hold up your binoculars. I looked in the garden, I looked in the garden. What did I find? What did I find? Busy bees are buzzing, busy bees are buzzing on the pumpkin vine, on the pumpkin vine. The bees are getting pollen from the flowers. All right, let's see what happens next. Hold up your binoculars. I looked in the garden, I looked in the garden. What did I find? What did I find? What do we find growing? Oh my goodness! Little pumpkins growing, little pumpkins growing On the pumpkin vine, on the pumpkin vine, we've got little pumpkins on our long vine. Let's try the song again. I looked in the garden, I looked in the garden. What did I find? What did I find? Let's pull, oh, I can't pull it out. I wonder what it could be. I'm gonna have to get in the pumpkin patch. Let me get in the pumpkin patch and look, what did I find? Big pumpkins growing, big pumpkins growing in the pumpkin vine. Wow, we grew a big pumpkin. That's a great song. Thank you for your help. But now it's time for our story. In my story bag today, I have the book, The Very Best Pumpkin, and it's written by Mark Moulton. Let's put our book over here and let's get ready for our story. Down around a winding country road was a farm called Pumpkin Hollow Farm. Peter lived on that farm with his family, and they grew all kinds of things. In the springtime, they grew strawberries. Do you love red, juicy strawberries? I do. In the summer, they grew corn on the cob. Yellow corn on the cob, delicious. But in the fall, they grew Peter's favorite crop. They grew pumpkins. Little pumpkins, medium pumpkins, and giant pumpkins. One day, Peter noticed when he was in the pumpkin patch a long vine starting to grow. He didn't know where that vine was going, so he followed the vine until he found underneath the mud and under all the vines a tiny little pumpkin. He cleared it off, he moved all the vines, and then he thought, I'm not going to tell anyone about this pumpkin. I'm going to water it every day. I'm going to keep it cleaned off, and I'm going to grow a very special pumpkin. Weeks passed, and people began to come to the pumpkin patch. Some people wanted a tiny little pumpkin to go on their desk. Other people wanted a bigger pumpkin to make the perfect pumpkin pie. And some people chose a pumpkin that was big and round to make the perfect jack-o'-lantern. Most of the pumpkins were gone when a new little girl whose name was Meg moved next door to the farm. She and her family came to visit the farm and meet their neighbors. When Meg saw Peter, she said, "Can you help me find the perfect pumpkin?" Peter knew what he needed to do. He said, "Meg, follow me." And he took her, followed the vine all the way around, where now there wasn't a tiny little pumpkin growing, but rather the biggest pumpkin you had ever seen. It was the very best, perfect pumpkin. Peter said, I want you to have it. And together they carried it to her car. And just like a pumpkin grows and grows and grows, so did their friendship. The end. That was a great story. All right, it's time for our hide and seek game. So let's put up our colored pumpkins and let's see if you can find our hidden mouse today. We have a green pumpkin. We have an orange pumpkin. We have a red pumpkin. A blue pumpkin, a purple pumpkin, and a yellow pumpkin. I'm going to hide our little mouse behind one of the pumpkins. You cover your eyes, no peeking. Are you hiding your eyes? Okay, open your eyes. Which pumpkin is the mouse hiding behind? Little mouse, where are you? I think I see her sticking out of the pumpkin. Maybe you do too. What color is she behind? Let me hear you yell it. Yes, she was behind red. She didn't hide very good. Let's try it again. Close your eyes. No peeking. Okay, open your eyes. Little mouse, where can she be? She's hiding better this time. What color do you think she's behind? Let me hear you call it out. I heard someone say orange. Yes, the color of our pumpkins that we find in a pumpkin patch. Let's look. No, she wasn't behind orange. Let me hear your guesses. I heard somebody say yellow. Let's look behind yellow. No, she wasn't behind yellow, but that was a good guess. What color do you think? I heard someone say purple. Let's look behind purple. Yes, there she is. Good job. I can't believe story time is already over. Let's get ready to say goodbye. Can you help me call back Elliott? 1, 2, 3. Elliott, come back. Oh, Elliott, that was a great idea for a story time. Oh, and I hope you already have gotten a real pumpkin at your house. I know I have my new pumpkin for my house, and I hope you friends have one too. Well, let's get ready to say goodbye. Here we go. Story time is over now, over now, over now. Story time is over now. For another day. Can you wave? Wave goodbye to all your friends, all your friends, all your friends. Wave goodbye to all your friends. It's time to play. Hip, hip, hooray! Have a great day, friends, and I'll see you next time on Virtual Storytime. Bye!